Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Volatility Report. It is I, Andrew Giovinazzi, Chief Operating Officer of OptionPit.com, coming to you live from, OptionPit.com. Apple, Mark's little write-up yesterday. We had a little strategy letter trade that seemed to work out okay. What do we have? Well, actually, it's funny. I remarked from a client yesterday. We'll talk about Apple a little bit. I think there's probably a little opportunity to sell some upside flies, maybe some juice in here, some sort of upside. Even almost say an iron condor or something like that in here with the earnings out at Apple. So we'll look at that today as well. We have a little room to sell some juice, so it might be the play. But client says, he's like, Andrew, I'm not really seeing any options decay. So basically what's been happening this week, you notice the volatility kind of just sort of keeps up a little bit. 10-day realized vol is 5 in the SPY. Okay, that's not a lot. Okay, VIX is trading 13, but we're not that at the money position here short term is just not decaying wildly. Okay, why? Waiting for the Fed. So we will probably see some accelerated decay after today again, but don't know what they're going to say. Hawkish, is the Fed really going to do anything? Who knows? But it sounds like they might get a little more hawkish and wanting to change. Where I think actually some opportunity is, we're going to look at this today. These metal stocks are vol is relatively high, but not too high. But they're moving. I don't know why they're moving, but they're moving, and they're moving quite a bit. I don't know if it's short covering. These little like bellwethers like CLF, which was $3 probably 2 months ago, $3.50 is trading $8. It feels like there's massive short covering in this group, so there's still, I think, tons of potential. That's what we'll be looking today. For whatever reason, I think, again, market at all-time highs. Paper is starting to look at stocks that haven't done a whole lot. So a lot of these now, they kind of made that U-shaped bottom. Just look at XLF. An amazing, amazing chart. I mean, these are kind of the old days, the good old days. But holy gosh, right? Even as early as what, May? Trading $20. So enormous moves that feel like a lot of squeezy action, which means that action's not quite done. There's also more talk of Bank of Japan, not Bank of Japan, but more Abenomics throwing more stimulus at it. I don't know what these got. It's like they're all reading the same playbook, but nothing's happening. No matter how much stimulus, nothing changes. So what does that do? It makes gold, the upside in gold, you can't ignore it. The only thing is you still Fed dollar. That's the big wild card. Same with TLT. And looking at treasuries, let me look at here one last thing. All right, this is pre-Brexit, and tell me what's changed here, right? Also, too, the last thing is potential setup. One of the only currencies that's actually taking care of itself now, British pound. Let me see. I want FXB. Is that it? There we go. Okay. Has really not recovered. Okay, the low's 125. Right? So is everything going to be really bad? Don't forget, Britain is going to start to pull their own way out. Again, I think this, again, is opportunity, maybe not short-term opportunity, but definitely some kind of long-term opportunity. Okay? It's just way too cheap. Vol is still relatively high. I think that's a long delta opportunity as well. Right? Again, being a bit of a contrarian on some of this stuff, but that's what you have to be sometimes. All right, but we still got the squeeze and metal. Again, vol products are just melting to the tune of they're melting. They're essentially just melting their decay every day. There just isn't enough for VIX yet. We'll see if the Fed surprises, but again, if there's nothing really major coming out of them, you got the status quo here. We could see very low VIX numbers by the end of the week. Okay, if they do something goofy, kind of all bets are off, and we could see some vol again. But given the status of Europe and all that stuff, my guess is they probably don't do anything but key December as a time to do something, right? And with that, that's about all I have for our strategy letter today. And I will see. Oh, geez, Louise, I almost forgot. Our event. Okay. We're going to have a metals trader. We're going to have a commodity option trader, commodity option future trader, giving a class on how to trade and manage those types of positions, price those positions, skew and everything else. So again, if you're an Option Pit Live member already, you get it for free, live and above. If not, costs you $167. If you buy the course and decide to buy any of our other products or services, education products, we will always let you take that money and put it toward any sort of future courses. All right? And with that, I will see you all of you that can, in our trading room shortly. Bye-bye.